Welcome to Faith in 5, a weekly video devotional designed to discuss practical spiritual concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Mark Vandella. One of my college friends is a teacher now, and she just shared a funny story on Facebook the other day. Their school had a lice outbreak, and that's not the point of the story, so get over the lice thing. But she said because of that, that caused her to pull her hair up into a ponytail. And one of the kids had said, you look kind of pretty. And she said, at that moment, right, in that moment you realize, kids do pay attention. Right? As a teacher, you're kind of always asking that question of, are they hearing me? Are they listening? Are they paying attention? But this little tiny change caused somebody to take notice. Kids say the darndest things. But I'll admit that in my own adult life, when things become routine and I do the same thing over and over and over, I stop paying attention. And one of the places that shows up for me in my faith is around Christmas. I've been celebrating Christmas for a long time. The Christmas story doesn't change over time. It's the same story. And yet because of that, it can become super routine, and we might not notice what's really going on or what God wants us to do with that story. We're starting our Christmas series this year is called Lo and Behold. And we're spelling it L-O-W and Behold. But we realize that lo and behold, the phrase is L-O. And that L-O comes from the word look. And so today's video is titled Look. Because I want to challenge us to actually look at the story differently and look at what God might be doing in our lives. And this series was honestly, it was inspired by a quote that one of my friends, one of my actually mentors posted about one of his mentors, one of his seminary professors. The quote said this, it said, "Every once in a while we lose focus and forget Jesus' values when he walked the shores of Galilee. Things become normal and routine, and we stop looking at what's really going on," right? The quote goes on to say that Jesus modeled mercy to the outcast and the marginalized. He elevated the person with no reputation over those with status. He scorned the leaders who assumed their own importance and intelligence, those who themselves thought they were superior because of their wealth or their family. The Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of Jesus, the story of Jesus, is upon me to proclaim the good news to the poor, liberty to the enslaved, sight to the blind, to set the oppressed free, and to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. When I read that, I thought, that's Christmas. That's the Christmas story. The Christmas story is so rich with these examples of the low, the poor, the oppressed. And honestly, that's kind of the shakeup for me, because if I were to write the Christmas story and I were going to tell you a story about God coming to earth, it would not look the way God told it. He came low. He was born in a barn. God showed up to shepherds who were outcasts. The story of Christmas sets the entire tone for all of Jesus' ministry that quote references. And so this year I want to challenge us to look at the Christmas story and our faith and how the two come together. Because the juxtaposition of the Christmas story is this poor, low, who God came for, but then the reminder that God is Jesus and Jesus is God. It says in Matthew 1:22 through 23. It says, all of this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. He will be known as God here on earth. That's what we should be looking for and looking to in this story of Jesus. I'm all about Christ in Christmas. But that doesn't mean whether or not we can pray in schools or whether we can say Christmas versus holidays or what's on our coffee cups. Christ in Christmas is God with us. How do we live that out? So this year, as you experience Christmas, as you live out your faith, we need to look around. We should look for ways that God is working in our lives. Look for ways that he shows up daily. Look around because God is with us. But then even more so, this world needs God. So look for the places in your life and your faith this week and in the coming weeks where you could show others that God is actually here. He is with us. Let people see God through you and help them to look a little bit differently at Christmas.